everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to be bringing you this video today. It is one of, I'm sure, many pregnancy videos that I'll be making in the near future. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Mallorie. I am 13 weeks and 6 days pregnant today, so we're almost to that second trimester, which when I first got pregnant, I thought, okay, second trimester starts 12 weeks and 1 day. I was completely wrong, but you know, 12 weeks is kind of that big number that everybody shoots for. But in fact, it's 14 weeks is when the second trimester starts. So we're super excited to be in the second trimester, getting to the second trimester pretty soon. So let's get started with this video. I'm gonna get myself comfortable. First, I would like to say that I'm super glad to be drinking coffee again. This is something that I could not do the first 12 weeks or so, not because I wasn't allowed to. I'm allowed to have, per my doctor, 16 ounces of caffeine a day, but I just did not want it. It did not sound good. It did not smell good. It did not taste good. And if you know me at all, coffee is like, I love coffee. It's my lifeline. So that was really different for me. You might see a dog jump in and out of this video periodically. Her name is Shotzi. She's my schnauzer and she's addicted to playing fetch. I'm not going to throw this right now, but she may jump in and out trying to coerce me to throw it. It's kind of cold outside and kind of rainy, so I don't want to let them out. My other dog is to the left. He's just off camera. He's my bodyguard. Definitely my husband's dog, but ever since we've gotten pregnant, probably about week 6, week 7, he does not leave my side. He's on the chair right now, and that's his typical like post. He'll sit there. If mom's upstairs, he's upstairs. If mom's downstairs, he's downstairs. It doesn't have to be like on me, but he just needs, I need to be in his sight. So anyway, I thought I would go over kind of my first trimester, like the fun things, the not so fun things, and I just kind of like to watch these videos myself to see what people kind of experience in their first trimester, their symptoms, their cravings, all that kind of fun stuff. I know a lot of people find out really early if they're having a boy or a girl. Robbie and I decided to wait to do the anatomy scan. I have not shared this on my channel, but I personally struggle with anxiety, and if we were to get blood results back that said that the baby was a carrier for any kind of syndrome, it would just cause me to worry for the rest of the pregnancy. So, and there's no reason why we would terminate the pregnancy if that did show. So we just decided to wait till our 20-week anatomy scan to find out what the baby is. I do, however, very strongly believe that it's a boy. Pretty much everybody around us thinks it's a boy, except for Robbie. Robbie is my husband. Robbie does not say. He will not tell you if he thinks it's a boy or a girl. Do I think that he has an inkling of what it is? Yes, but he just refuses to say. Don't ask me why. So, but I think we're having a little boy, and if it turns out to be a girl, I will be shocked, to say the least. So I wanted to start off with, a lot of people can tell you, like, I knew I was pregnant before I took the pregnancy test. And that was kind of true for me. I was late, and typically I'm like around 28, 29 days for my cycle, but I was getting to like 31, 32 and wasn't having my period. So that was kind of my only inkling that the pregnancy test might show up as positive, but I didn't have any like crazy symptoms. Like some people will say they had nausea, or their dog was following them around like crazy, or they were really tired. And yeah, I could have had like the tiredness. I don't really remember any nausea. We also were just moving into our new house at that point, so fatigue was like, it was real, just because we were walking up and downstairs all day carrying heavy boxes. So that was not something that really surprised me, or like, oh, I must be pregnant. So yeah, when I took the pregnancy test, I wasn't shocked because I figured that it could be, but I didn't know beforehand, like, I'm definitely pregnant. There was nothing that told me like, yep, I'm definitely pregnant. See, she's gonna keep putting it closer and closer to me until I give in. Not right now, Shotzi, we're trying to film a video. Okay, so I thought I would talk a little bit about symptoms. This is always a really fun part of the video, I think, like listening to people's symptoms in their first trimester and seeing how they compare to mine. I would say that I really don't have a lot. Like, I know a lot of people have like tenderness in their breasts, and I guess that's kind of been something, but it's not been like, oh my gosh, like I can't do anything. Some people will say like they like get in the shower and the water hits them and it hurts. Like that hasn't happened to me at all. Nausea was definitely a thing. Week 6 through about week probably 10.5, I would have like days where I could wake up and tell you from the time that I woke up, like today is going to be a nausea day. Like, I'm going to get sick today at some point. And I found that if I would just let myself get sick, I would feel better for the rest of the day. But I really, like, it was not every single day, but it was, you know, 3 or 4 days a week. So that was definitely something that I dealt with. But it was okay. I was totally okay with being nauseous because it meant that everything was good and the baby was growing the way it should be. So I really did not mind that at all. I'm going to have to grab my phone because I did write some of these down. Let's see. Oh my goodness gracious. So this one freaks Robbie out. My nose is crazy. Like, my sense of smell is amazing. And my mom will tell you that I've always had a really good sense of smell. Like, I would go down for a nap and she'd make brownies and I'd come out of my room like, "Are you making brownies?" And she'd be like, "What?" So, you know, I've always had a really good sense of smell, but this is just uncanny. Like, so crazy. For example, the other day, Robbie came home from work and he was talking to me and I was like, "Robbie, what did you have for lunch?" And mind you, this is like 6 o'clock at this point and he has lunch like at noon. And he said, "Oh, I had Panda Express." And I was like, "It must have had garlic in it." Like, I could smell the garlic. And he was shocked. He was amazed. And like another time, my mom and I were walking into the mall. And I may have said this in another video before, but we were walking into the mall and we were walking into Best Buy. And then there's an entrance to the mall that's kind of down a little ways. So we're walking into Best Buy and I'm like, "Mom, do you smell pizza?" "I smell pizza." And there was somebody walking out of this other exit or entrance with a box of pizza. And she was like, "Oh my gosh." Like, just things like that. My sense of smell is uncanny. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because bad thing if I walk in and, you know, something does not smell good, that's going to trigger the nausea, but it's not terrible. I've had a little bit of back pain, especially now the past couple weeks as my back is really starting to like do this whole thing as my belly starts to grow. I do have a little bit of a belly already, and so I've had kind of like that back pain. I can no longer sleep on my stomach, which is how I used to sleep all the time. I just started on my stomach and I stayed that way. I would wake up on my stomach, but now I'm having to like find a way to sleep on my side and still like stay comfortable, because my back really does hurt. And it's mostly in my lower back. The last thing that I will say has been kind of a symptom is like I am always peeing. That's like really vulgar and really gross, but I wake up 2 to 3 times in the night to go to the bathroom. I will go to the bathroom, I don't know how many times a day, and it's like I don't drink a whole bunch of, like I drink the same amount of water that I would drink before. When I was losing all this weight, I was taught to, you know, drink about a gallon of water a day, so that's how much I still drink, but it's like I feel like I'm going to the bathroom a lot more. And I thought, oh, that's just something that happens when you're in your like 3rd trimester. That started probably week like 8. Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, so along with the nausea, things that helped me, I know that a lot of people kind of have suggestions for this, and everybody's body is a little bit different. For me, anytime we go to a restaurant, I would order a water and a Sprite. And I would drink the water and then I would drink the Sprite. The Sprite just kind of always helped to keep my stomach settled. It had no caffeine in it, just like I was not supposed to have caffeine. But the lemon and lime really helped with settling like my stomach at all times. And I also found that if I ate every 2 hours or so, it kind of kept things at bay. I found that I got really nauseous when my stomach was empty. So it was hard because I was nauseous, but I didn't want to eat because I didn't feel very good, but I needed to eat because it was going to help with the nausea. Prego Pops. Oh my gosh. If you have never had a Prego Pop and you're pregnant and you're dealing with nausea, these are amazing. I got mine at Target, but I think they also sell them everywhere. Walmart, CVS, maternity stores. They sell them everywhere. They even sold them at the maternity clothes store that we went to a couple weeks ago. They're awesome. They are like raspberry flavored and lemon flavored, and they're basically just ginger and vitamin B6. And they really like, just sucking on that helps to kind of like keep your stomach at bay. So those were really, really amazing. And those are the things that kind of worked to like help me with my nausea. And like I said, it didn't last, you know, a whole long time, but definitely when it came, I needed those things to help me out. So I wanted to kind of talk about something that happened to us in our 10th week of pregnancy. Like I said, I'm somebody who struggles with anxiety, and so the thought of a miscarriage shook me to my core and would keep me up at night some nights. So what I'm about to tell you really, really scared us. This is a little graphic, so I will put on the side where to skip to if you don't want to see this part or don't want to hear about this part. I've had a lot of spotting this pregnancy so far. Frequently I had it like 5 weeks pregnant, 8 weeks pregnant, and then at 10 weeks pregnant, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning one morning, and I've told people this, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I truly believe that my dog can tell. Not this one. I think she's oblivious or just doesn't care. The other one, my bodyguard, I truly think he can tell when something's up. Because I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom. Shiner, that's the name of the bodyguard, never, ever is awake. He sleeps in his bed at the foot of our bed, and he was awake and like yawning and making noises and kind of like moaning and talking, and I was telling him, shh, be quiet, you know, you're gonna wake up Dad. And I went to the bathroom, and when I went to the bathroom, there was nothing but blood when I wiped, and the toilet was just full of blood. So I first I remember saying, oh no, like, this is happening, I'm terrified, this is the one thing I was terrified of, and now I think I'm having a miscarriage. So I stood up and walked to our bathroom door and told Robbie, I'm bleeding. And Robbie came into the bathroom and sat down on the edge of our tub. And to this day, if he comes in and sits on the edge of our tub, I'm like, please don't sit there. Like, it just, I don't know, it reminds me of a time where I was terrified. And so somehow I didn't cry, I didn't scream, I didn't freak out. I think I was just kind of like in like shock mode. So I put on a pad, knowing that I had been told at the doctor before, if this happens, if there's a lot, to see if it fills up a pad in an hour, and then if it does, go to the ER, because I might need help if it is a miscarriage. And if it's during office hours, I could call my OBGYN, but it's 4 o'clock in the morning and they're not open. So I put on the pad, and all of a sudden felt like I was going to be sick. So I told Robbie I'm going to be sick, and I stood up and I fainted. And Robbie, like, I didn't hit the ground completely. I hit the ground and then fainted kind of thing. And I remember coming to and telling Robbie, like, can you please get me a pillow? I don't know if I thought I was going to, like, sleep on the bathroom floor or what. And that's when Robbie was like, you know what, we just need to go to the ER. Because we had been contemplating, like, should we go to the ER? Should we wait for my OBGYN to open? So Robbie puts me in the car. We go to the ER. I still haven't cried. Still haven't freaked out at all. I'm just kind of in shock, riding to the ER in like complete silence. We get to the ER, we check in. We're the only ones in the emergency room, and then this lady comes in with her husband, and they're 38 weeks pregnant and they're in labor. And so for me, that felt like a slap in the face, because it was like, really, like, this is happening to me, and then I have to watch this. And although I was extremely happy for her and I said a little prayer for her, it was really hard. But hindsight, I think that may have been God saying, like, I got you, you're fine, so it's gonna be okay. Obviously I'm still pregnant, so everything's fine. But they took me back, and everybody was extremely nice, except for the ultrasound tech, who was a little cold about things, and he decided to do like kind of an over-the-top ultrasound instead of the transvaginal ultrasound. And of course, I was still really small, and so he was telling us that baby was measuring a week smaller than what we had been told at the doctor, and he was barely able to find a heartbeat. So that scared me, of course. And by this time, the bleeding had stopped, so that was reassuring. But also, now I have this ultrasound tech who's not able to find a really strong heartbeat. And so they sent me home with a paper that said possible miscarriage, and on I went. And they told me to call my OBGYN. So I called my OBGYN when they opened, and they got me in. And luckily, I had a subchorionic hematoma, which basically just is a fancy word to say that my placenta detached from my uterus in a small part. The doctor that I saw was not my doctor, but she was absolutely amazing. She showed me exactly where it happened. She explained that it's very common, and that the bleeding should stop within a week. And she just kind of explained everything to me. And in the process, she let me watch Peanut, is what we call baby. She let me watch Peanut for 5 minutes. Like, she was, looking around doing things in my uterus, and she saw Peanut, and so she just kind of let me sit there and look at him. And he was dancing, he was doing somersaults, he was moving around, and I was shocked that he, being that small, being only 10 weeks, that he could do that. But it was definitely super reassuring to see him like moving around, seeing the heartbeat. He was totally fine. You'll notice that I call him a he. Like I said, I'll be shocked if it's a girl. His heart rate is in the 160s, so that does typically mean girl range for gender, like wives' tales. But anyway, so all that to say, that was at 10 weeks. We're now at 13 weeks, 6 days. Everything is fine. The bleeding stopped. I've had a doctor's appointment since then. He's measuring right on track. As far as we know, it's resolved itself. Okay, so I wanted to end this video on a happy note. So I know a lot of times people are really interested in what like pregnant women are craving. Again, I didn't think that you could crave things this early on, and for me, I think it was more of like food aversions, things that I did not want. So for example, coffee. Like I said, I did not want coffee from about week since I found out I was pregnant to week 12. You know, I didn't want it. It was not my thing. Also, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you watch me because of the weight loss journey, you know that I adore and would do anything for a Jason's Deli salad most days. I can't. I want to so bad, but I've had it twice since I got pregnant, and both times it's tasted like dirt to me. And so I can't justify spending almost 10 bucks on a salad and then not eating it. So when I feel like I want to try it again, then I will. But I've tried several times to go back, and I just can't make myself do it. So yeah, that's been one food aversion. I can eat other salads now. At first it was like green beans and salads did not sound good to me, and I think it was because of the Jason's Deli thing where, you know, it tasted like dirt to me. Same thing with green beans. I ate a lot when I was nauseous, a lot of Panera mac and cheese. That was like my thing because it was something that I could keep down. Funny story, Robbie does not like cheese at all. He'll eat it on some things, he'll tolerate it, but he's never going to ask for cheese. So one thing that I said before we got pregnant was, whenever I get pregnant, I'm going to eat nothing but cheese so this baby likes cheese. Holy crap, that is so true. I ate Panera mac and cheese all the time. I would eat like cheese slices, anything cheesy. Bread, I could eat bread. Bread was fine. I ate a lot of toast just because it was something light and something that I could keep down. But I would say those were like my cravings, I guess. I eat a lot of Chipotle now. My husband has class on Tuesday and Thursday nights, so I'm kind of by myself on those nights, and I usually just have Chipotle while I, you know, kind of do things around the house. It's always Chipotle. I did make a video about what I eat in a day as a pregnant woman. It's not super different. Like, it's just kind of what I ate that day. But I'll link that up in the card so you can see that I do have Chipotle on that day because it's just something that I can get down. I get a lot of lettuce on it. I love the lettuce. It's got good protein in it, and it's mostly healthy, so I do eat that a lot. As well as, oh gosh, my newest obsession is pickles. Like, I mean, I could eat, and I'll probably have one after I finish this video because now I'm thinking about it, but I could eat a large dill pickle 3 times a day, and I have to tell myself, like, all right, you already had a pickle today, you don't need another one. But like, eating a pickle right before bed, oh, is so good. I've already gone through one big jar of Mount Olive pickles in like a week. I had to get another one, and it's just like my current obsession is I just love pickles. But that's kind of, I don't know that I've really craved anything. Everything that I've craved, quote unquote, has been salty. So nothing super sweet. I used to love like a Sonic Blast or a Dairy Queen Blizzard if I was gonna treat myself, but no, it's too sweet. It doesn't sound good. I just want everything salty. I'd rather have like a pickle or Chipotle with some chips than any of that. I think that's all I have for our first trimester. I want to start doing like, you know, every couple weeks a baby update, maybe after I go to the doctor every single time to just kind of update y'all on the baby. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for coming along on this pregnancy journey with us. We love you all, and God bless you.